Okay, so we are now covering for grade 10 advanced from the Math EOT-FRQ Learning Objective 23 in this video, where you will solve problems and prove theorems by using the triangle mid-segment theorem and triangle proportionality theorem. So the first question that I'm taking is on the next slide. We're going to cover question 13, 14, 15 first. So here you are given that GH is a mid-segment. By the definition of the mid-segment, it is going to join the midpoints of the two sides for the given triangles KLM. We have to find the value of X. Very, very easy. If you see this triangle, the first one, question 13, KLM, JH is already given to be a mixed segment, means point J and point H are the mid points of the sides KL and KM. So the length of JH will be half of the length of the side to which it is parallel, which is that side. So if you see, this is JH mid segment, this is the side which it is parallel to, LM, so it is going to be half of this. This is nothing but the triangle mid segment theorem, and we can use it for all of these questions. So X is definitely less than LM, and definitely it is half of it, so half of 30, therefore the length is 15 units. That's the first one. For 14 question, the length of the mid segment is already given, JH. This is joining the midpoint J and H, so this is 9, therefore LM is going to be the double. It will be 2 times of 9, so it's going to be 18 units. The same theorem I'm using, where JH is 1 by 2 times LM, or LM is 2 times JH, same thing. Now let's come to question 15. Here again JH is the mid segment, so X is going to be the double. X is half, it is the small length of this length. Now if you see, there is a marking given, this length, both are equal. So if both are equal and this is 8, then this is also 8. So what's the total length? 16. So half of 16, again X is going to be 8 units. Very, very simple. All of the three questions are solved using the triangle mid-segment theorem. So let me give you the proper answer key here. So this is your triangle mid-segment theorem. When you get a question in FRQ, make sure you write the formula and place the theorem. And finally, the answer for question 13, as you see in this answer key, is 15. And for question 14, it is 18. For the last question, question number 15, the length is 8, and I've already showed you how to solve it. Okay, so let's solve the next question. This is question 25 from learning objective 23. Again, we have to use the triangle angle mid-segment theorem for this question. The hint is you are given the word mid-segment here. So we know WX, I'm just highlighting with red, this is the mid-segment of the small triangle RUV. Similarly, UV is the mid-segment of triangle RST. Similarly, ST is the mid-segment of the big triangle RPQ. So there are three mid-segments given, and in this question part A, you have to find the length of these three mid-segments. Okay, we are going to use the triangle angle mid-segment theorem, and if I use that, I know that one length is already given, PQ. This length is given to be 16. Now first I will use triangle R PQ, the biggest triangle, then I will go to the smaller one. So in this triangle, if I talk about the mid segment, then the mid segment is ST. Okay, now ST is going to be half of PQ by the triangle mid segment theorem. So half of 16, that's going to be 8 units. So I've got the first answer, this is 8. Now if I go to the next triangle, little smaller, I will take triangle RST. Then what is the mid segment? This is RST, small one. So UV becomes the mid segment. So it's going to be half of ST, again by the same theorem. So half of 8, that's 4 units. So every time if you see the pattern is, it becomes lesser and lesser. First 8, then 4, then next one should be 2. Let's check. If I take the smallest triangle now, triangle RUV, then my mid segment is WX, which is half of UV. So half of 4. So yeah, it's 2 units. Yeah, so that's what is the answer for part A. For part B, what would be the measure of YZ of triangle WXR? Okay, so WXR, it is the smallest one, this one, very small. So if you continue with the pattern, As you see, first it was 8, then it became half of that 4, half of that 2, so the next one will be half of 2, so 1 unit. So the mid segment of the smallest triangle, if I take WZ, is going to be 1 unit. That's how you apply the triangle mid segment theorem to question 25. Okay, let's solve answer 11 and 12. Here we need to find the values of x and y. Again, this is a question on triangle proportionality theorem. So let's see how we solve it. Here the markings are very, very important. If you see these big pink arrows, they indicate that the lines are parallel. So if I take 1, 2, 3, these three lines are parallel to each other. So we can apply the properties, the theorems that relate to triangle proportionality. The second marking is this one and this one. They indicate that these two lengths are equal. So can I say 2x plus 1 is going to be equal to x plus 7? Let's solve x. So I'm going to move this x here, it becomes minus. I'm going to move this one on the other side. Again, it becomes minus. So x is 6. We've got one answer for the value of x. Now, for value of y, the theorem that I'm going to apply from triangle proportionality is that if we have three lines intersected by two transversals and the two parts of the first transversal are equal to each other, then the other two parts are also equal. Therefore, 3y minus 8 is going to be equal to 5 y plus 5. So let me again solve for y. I move 8 on the other side. Y here becomes negative 8 plus 5. That's 13. So 2y is 13 means y is 6.5. So this is how we find the values of x and y for question 11. Similar way, if I apply the theorem for question 12, and you see here that this symbol and this symbol is indicating parallel lines, this symbol and this symbol indicates they are parallel, so these two lengths are going to be equal. So when I make them equal and I try and solve for y in a similar way, I move 2y here and 5 on the other side, so it becomes 5 minus 1 is 3y minus 2y. So y is 4. Similarly, these two are going to be equal by the same theorem. So x plus 3 is going to be 3 by 2, x plus 2. Now use your calculator carefully because there's a fraction here. So when I move my x here and 2 here, what happens? 3 minus 2 is 3 by 2x minus x. So this is going to be 1 by 2x. Solve for x. Your x will come out to be 2 for this question. Let's see the answer key in the next slide. So for the two questions 11 and 12, this is the answer key with all the steps for answer 11 and 12. If you see, we have the same answer. X is 6, Y is 6.5, X is 2, Y is 4. So these are the correct answer and the steps you need to show for the FRQ for 11 and 12. Let's move on to question 22 now. Again, this is from the same lesson, triangle proportionality. Let's see the steps, how we are going to solve this. Here you are given a few important things. You're already given that DE is parallel to BC. So you see this pink symbol, so you know that DE and BC are parallel. So we can apply the triangle proportionality theorem. This is a question on triangle proportionality theorem. So let's recall what is this theorem. This theorem says that if you have a triangle and you have a side DE which is parallel to the base BC, then DE divides the other two sides AB and AC in the same ratio. What does that mean? That means the two part of AB. What are the two parts of AB? AD divided by DB. This ratio, when you do the division, is same as the other two ratio. So DE divides AC into two parts, AE and EC. So AE over EC. This ratio is going to be same. Now if you see these four lengths, three are already given to you. So we can find the remaining. In this question, we need to find AD. This is not given. So let's take X. Do you know BD? Yes, 12. Do you know AE? 15. Do you know EC? 10. All these three lengths are given. So just plug in this, put the values. So AD I don't know. Let it be X. BD I know is 12. AE is 15. This is 10. So now very easy. Solve this for AD. Do the cross product. So if you solve 10 multiplied with AD is 12 multiplied by 15. Use your calculator. Divide both sides with 10. So this is gonna cancel, and your AD on simplification will come out to be 18 units. That's how you solve the question. I will provide the answer key in the next slide. Okay, so this is your final answer for question 22. Here I have provided the answer key as promised. Please check your answers.